Hey there, welcome to the Short Bus Scholars Podcast, presented by Young Products. This is a show where we talk about everything and anything. Over to my side, we have YP Raw. On the bottom, we have YP
And in the bottom,
Nazi.
you got YP Nas. You already know what the fuck is going on, don't we? I had a real question. I want to know, how do you guys feel about tattoos and piercings? Like, what's more attractive to you guys?
Me personally, though, I feel like if anyone should get their first tattoo, it should be on their ass, because it just like you feel like a badass. Especially like I want to get a Smurf, like just a big ass blue Smurf.
So, will you get a tramp stamp? You would get a tramp stamp?
I would stamp a tramp.
I mean, bro, I would just get a tramp stamp for like shits and giggles, bro.
I would stamp a tramp. I feel like tattoos are really cool because they can have a lot of meaning, but there's like also art to it. And honestly, I was thinking about getting to doing more tattoos. I've been practicing a little bit, but you already know I'm gonna get all my homeboys, the piece. You know what I'm saying?
If a girl have tattoos, that's attractive to you.
It depends on the amount, because me personally, I don't want to have an excessive amount, and I don't really want to. I want to say that they're attracted to a girl with excessive amount, but having a good amount is pretty. I like it. It's pretty chill.
I feel you, bro. I mean, I never really got up for a person with tattoos or piercings. I definitely think like ear piercings and like a nose piercing, maybe like a belly piercing, like a little more attractive than a girl like with a tattoo. Like that doesn't do anything for me.
Look at me in the eye, Naseem, when you're speaking to me. All right.
You're right.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I feel a little bit more respected now.
Tattoos all the way. Because, like, if I'm with a girl...
Dude, I'm talking about crazy face tats.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Teardrops.
Yeah,
I want to hear what Emmet's saying.
Yeah, teardrops, the whole 9 yards.
The whole shebang.
Even, like, because, when piercings, you got tongue piercings, you got piercings coming out of your eyebrows and stuff like that. I find that kind of unattractive. And then, if it's nipple piercings too, I like to fondle. And
my guy likes to fondle.
So, and it's painful for them if you do, and they have rings on, so that's not fun for anybody. So, it gotta be a tattoo. And maybe they could have like a dope ass dragon coming down their face, coming around.
Shit, might as well. Shit, you got your whole body done. Shit.
So you're rocking with a tattoo, bro?
Yeah. An arrow pointing down to their crotch saying "insert here."
That's a vibe to that. Ez, how about you? You like tats better than piercings?
That was some different shit right there. We didn't catch that, but let's. Anyways, yeah. I was a little stunned for. Anyways, I feel like I would do the tattoos because the piercings. I mean, like, look, you're saying that they can't come out, so either way, they're both permanent in this scenario. So it's just like, shorty, like you didn't say how you said excessive piercings. So shorty can straight up be like a metal motherfucker just everywhere.
Yeah, like kissing her would probably be like cold. Like, if it's cold outside, you guys kiss. You might, like, when you lick something, how your like lip gets stuck to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't enter a metal detector without like it going off.
Go nowhere.
I mean, if you ask me, I'm picking neither, dude. It's just not for me.
That was an option?
I would never get tattoos.
Yeah, you wouldn't get You wouldn't say it again?
I wouldn't get tattoos.
Wait, you say you wouldn't
get tattoos.
You wouldn't get tattoos?
I would not get.
You would not get tattoos? Cool. But yeah, I wouldn't get tattoos just because you don't put a fucking bumper sticker on a Ferrari. You feel me? And when I think about that, bro, I look at myself as a Ferrari. You know what I mean?
What an asshole.
I just wanted to say that one thing, bro. Don't be a bitch about it, dude.
Would you rather have excessive piercings or excessive tattoos?
Excessive tats all the way.
Oh yeah.
Because like with piercings, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Like someone with a lot of tats, you can still when it's a good symmetry to it. It depends on what I have, but if it's a good symmetry to it,
so that answers your question to the girl then.
It's a lot of like nuance in it. You know what I mean? And I don't even know what that word means. And it's just, I think a part of that can become like kind of tribal in a sense. You know what I mean? Same thing with piercings, but like definitely with tats, it gets like a tribal vibe that you see a lot in like different forms of media. So it wouldn't be as foreign to me to want to get excessive tats, if that makes sense.
Foreign. Do you know what that means?
What means? Nuance?
No, foreign. I wonder what Nazi knows what foreign means. Because he don't know what nuance means, so I'm curious. What does it mean?
It wouldn't be foreign. It wouldn't be like foreign.
Yo, Emmet, we gotta
You know,
ditch
like
this
4
nigga, yo.
Yeah,
Shit, trade him out.
do it. Sure, yeah. All right, bye, Naseem.
Nigga hurt.
But yeah, did any of y'all watch the Logan Paul? My bad, the Jake Paul fight versus Nate Robinson.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it because look, first of all, man, that nigga can't take a hit, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, so Emmett, you're not really into boxing like that, right? You're not a boxing fan.
I'm not like super into it. I'm not like any sports kind of guy, but I find it interesting when I am watching it. You know, I just don't like pay attention that much. And like I don't know, they're like YouTube people, so it's not like I give a fuck. Like I don't really know who. I mean, I guess I know who Logan Paul and
you know who Mike Tyson is though, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know you watched the fight, Ezra, correct?
I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Look, man, one of our brothers got knocked down, bro. And it was so easy, and I just disappointed.
What are you talking about, my nigga? What are you talking about, bro?
Cause I watched the Nate fight, and
Did you watch the Mike Tyson fight?
Bro, look, that's a given. Mike Tyson was gonna wreck him. I already knew that shit, and at the end of the day, there was no knockout. But in my head, Mike Tyson knocked him out the park.
Was you entertained?
He's a monster. I'm always entertained, bro.
I love Mike Tyson. I love him.
Speaking of Mike Tyson, though, how you feel about his face tat?
I mean, it looks cool for him for I guess his personality. Like Mike Tyson, like especially in his heyday, he's vicious. He's the definition of violence, bro.
But the face tat, what, like?
Yes,
when you see it, it strikes fear in you.
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
Do you fear the face tat? Naseem.
Do I fear Mike Tyson or I fear the face tat?
No, the face tat. Do you fear the face tat?
I think I fear what the face tat resemble. My bad.
Oh, what a bitch, bro.
I don't fear the face tat. I fear the idea of the face tat.
First of all, look. I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson says, so look, yo. Look, man, I'm in your face tat, man. I don't care what you – I don't care where it's going to be, but make sure it's on my face. And Naseem's pussy ass walking around. I'm afraid what it represents.
Dude, if you just look at the
is one of my eyes...
Where are we looking? Where are we looking?
So the only reason I brought up Mike Tyson is because I wanted to talk about just his change of a character. Because I really want you guys to really watch the press conference afterwards of the fight. I mean, of course, I had a good time. It was a very entertaining fight for what it was worth. Really, it was more of an exhibition than a fight, but exhibition. But Mike Tyson started to talk about a lot of like spiritual ideas after saying that it's not about the fight, it's about the trying, and it's more about the experience and the journey than it is about demolishing your opponent and stuff. And
the real fight is the friends we made along the way.
It's a fucking anime.
Dude, don't ever talk about that shit ever again on this podcast. This is not a place for that shit.
This is a fucking anime. Every time we come across you're my companion now. Kaneki! Save me! And Kaneki comes out the fuck out of nowhere. You're my best friend. We fought to the death and I love you now. And it doesn't work like that.
But yeah, keep talking about the fight.
Anyway, bro, this is an idea and it shows like
I mean, I feel like fact of the matter though, I feel like what's interesting because I feel what's interesting about Mike Tyson is that, you know, as a youngin, he grew up being a brawler. You know, he fought pretty much out of anger. You know, he found boxing, which turned him into even more of a monster. But as he got older, he looked back at his young, like that's what I always think about reflecting. Because when you look back at younger self, you realize, oh, this, that, and the third. And he looked at back as, I feel like the worse you are in the past, the more reflective change you can have, preparing on your situation. Like I feel like
that is true. Like when you come from a very
retaliation,
when you come from a dark place, it allows you to like how you said reflect on that and like build a wisdom from that and an understanding of how you can recover from I guess the darkness that you experienced at a younger age into becoming an adult. I think
do you have darkness in yourself?
Nothing humbles you. No, shut up. Nothing humbles you like age, because at the end of the day, we all know we're going to die. You know what I mean? And when you understand that death is real, the older you get, especially when you get like into like your late 30s and your 40s and your 50s, that's like a little midlife crisis. That's when you're really experiencing that your time is limited and your days are becoming to be more counted. Should you like
numbered.
live? Huh?
Oh, sorry, no, numbered.
Yeah, numbered. Thank you, Rob. You know.
Yeah, we know.
Anyway, your days become numbered and stuff like that. And I definitely think like when it comes to a person like Mike Tyson, with all the stuff that he experienced in life, knowing that he's getting older in age and he's not the same vicious, he's not as unstoppable as he used to be, and as much of a threat. It gives you time to like go in and like learn real things about yourself other than the violence that was Mike Tyson at the time. That was just a thought, though.
Life is just a good game.
It's not that good.
It's a bad. I meant to say bad game. I meant to say life is just a game, but I stuttered. All right, so I try to come out of it.
No one gives a fuck what you have to say, Ezra.
Bro, look, I'm tired of you coming at me every single time, and it's hurting my feelings. And I think we should deal with this situation. And I don't like violence, but I feel like we should deal with this.
Ezra, I need you to use your lips, not your words. I'll pucker up, Buttercup.
Why do we? Is there a way you can like delete them? Delete.
Guys, me and Ezra talked about this. We talked about this. Then we talked about how, like, when you use, when you use cash to pay for a lot of things. Emmett.
Not as much as I used to. Because
you
COVID.
Use the card, correct? Use your card, correct?
I use a card now. Yeah, online virtual stuff nowadays. I usually don't go out and pay for stuff.
Especially now in today's environment where a lot of things close down. And do you notice, like, when you buy something, it says, like, you, like, spent this amount of points? It doesn't even call it cash or anything. It says points.
In certain places, yeah.
Or that might just be my bank account, but with
that may be your bank account.
Every time I spend, it says points. But I said, me and Ezra was talking about that, and just that idea alone, like, and also how, like, the government's trying to push that we spend more stuff with just cards now and less cash, and that allows you to be followed and tracked and stuff like that. And, like, then also you can tell what products is more, important by it. You see, like, virtually what is people buying, especially if they got access to your account, to your bank account in that fashion. But I just thought it was interesting because, like, you've been to Dave & Buster's before, correct?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when you buy something, right? And it's so funny because in Dave & Buster's, you play a whole bunch of games. You play a whole bunch of games, and as you play games, you get tickets. And once you get tickets, you then go out and then you go buy, some type of prize.
But using their currency, which is the tickets.
Right. And low key, it's like when you go to like Dave & Buster's, you're just going through another life simulation when it comes to you work, which is you're playing, but you're playing is your work. And then you go and then you spin it on something like how we buy laptops and phones and like TVs and stuff.
Well, for one, it's a gambling place just for kids, essentially.
Definitely.
I mean, have you realized that, like, we have a Dave & Buster's here in Baltimore, and it's right next to a gambling casino?
I never realized that, but I have realized when you're in the game place,
they're trying to get them.
You
can
legit spend shit just to get tickets. I'm using my money just to hopefully get more tickets. You feel me? More money, essentially.
Right.
And I thought that was funny because it's just like, no matter where you go, you're getting programmed. So do you think that? I say all that to say, do you think the government is doing certain things to program us as little kids to become consumers, just become workers and consumers?
I wouldn't say the government. I would say corporations and industry. Like I was saying, like the people that own the casinos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I think that they're trying to get kids young addicted to like gambling and that process of it.
And I'm gonna let you talk in it, but Ezra, I'm gonna say one thing, and that is true because even if you go out Arundel Mills, that's even close to the live casino. Even though the Dave & Buster's was there first, the live casino then got, brought up there. With time. But what did you ready to say, Ezra?
I was gonna say a simple concept as I view it as like the government wants slaves, while corporation wants more money. So, and the government wants slaves, and the corporation also leaves more money. Yeah. So I'm saying like I feel
that's
like
an interesting thought.
because I feel like the government I mean, of course, they figure out ways to get more money out of you, but most of that's coming from directly from a organization, a corporation. But I feel like the governments they take actions towards a mindset to have you kind of enslaved, which leads down
Definitely.
to corporations, especially like the school systems run by government, basically.
Right.
True,
And
and like,
so,
and also like how you saying the school systems is like, the cut copy, like it's like we're in like, rep boxes or whatever. What do y'all call it?
wet
Like
box,
like cubicles.
cubicles.
Sure,
But
like
like
where
it
people
gets you
work.
in a mindset like when you're at your desk, you're at your,
Yeah.
your cubicle like in your office or something,
Oh, that's what
Right.
you mean. I was like wet box.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, I don't know where I got. I mean, I think I heard a term like that before or whatever, but like it's like how you're saying it's like making you a slave also to the big corporations. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like how you're saying like the government and major corporations kind of like work together in that way but the government gets slaves two different ways. Of course, through schooling and getting
system,
that mindset that you can't
prison
be the
system.
owner.
Right.
School and prison
Well,
system.
now we
Yeah,
have
that's what I
a
was
lot
ready
of
to say, dude.
prison
You give me
systems
time,
that
you
are
fucking
are
fuckface.
privately owned by corporations, and corporations pay, because the government really essentially is just a bitch to the corporations at this point.
I mean, school is low key a
So wait,
hardcore
do
prison.
you say jails are owned by the corporations?
Some are, yeah, and also some corporations will have slave labor in jail. In fact, a
So
lot of
that's interesting.
corporations
So
do.
basically now, so like when slavery was very prevalent in America, of course they built a lot of capital. So when slavery got abolished, then they used that capital to then work on building big corporations to then overturn and come back to having slaves. So it's not really the government, but they use the government as a catalyst to keep on having
Yes,
slaves.
essentially,
but also corporations.
the government allows them to. The government's their bitch, essentially. Governments are bitch.
So corporations are pimping the government.
Yes. Essentially, the government is just there to act as like a tool, essentially, for anyone to use. But however, the more money you have, the more likely the tool is going to work for you.
That's interesting. So do you think and this is a little thought, when the reason why a lot of people looked at, I guess, Trump for being such a good president candidate is because he was a part of the big corporations. He had the capital, he had the money, as well as then he started running the government. So really, he had a lot of control over the system in a way.
Right. Yeah.
So is it any way for like a presidential candidate to also have as much control, I guess, a person like Trump could have? I don't know what Trump really did. I'm not really the most political person, but and still make an impact on certain things if they don't really have that much, I guess, financial influence.
I mean, we've seen people like try to come into prominence politically, like to be president or whatever, if that's what you're asking. Usually,
I don't know what the fuck I'm asking. I'm just talking.
Okay. Well, if you're asking like, can a president be like someone who doesn't have financially that much or isn't a business person, as most of the presidents of the United States we've had, in fact, most politicians we've had are connected in some way to business. The answer is theoretically, like it should in paper, yes, but if you consider also like the general election and the primary election, that costs a lot of fucking money. That's like a fortune. Like there's this one person running this election who I was pretty fond of. I forgot his name, but of course he's not attached to any major.
He had no
anything.
backing, to be honest.
Exactly. His thing was 100% donations, and sometimes you can get away with a good amount of donations. Like Bernie Sanders is not a very wealthy person. In fact, he's like the poorest senator in the U.S. and like 90% of his campaign was based on donations itself. But remember, he's the most popular senator in the U.S. currently.
Right.
Wait. So what you're trying to tell me is that Donald Trump tried to big brain us. This nigga became a fucked up businessman, right? And said, you know what? I become the president. And became the president. And I watched, the funny thing is I watched a bunch of videos of Donald Trump when he was younger. Talking about how he was going to win the election and how easy it would be. He's like, they're all stupid. I can make it happen.
He kind of like manifested it in a way.
Dude,
man.
Isn't it weird?
In the universe.
He seems so much more sane when he was younger too. Like he's gotten worse.
Okay.
Like as he's gotten old. Like even 4 years ago, like I listened to a speech he did 4 years ago, and he's like off, like he's mentally somewhat there. Now I listen to a speech now, and he's like he can't finish a fucking sentence. He's talking about like random. He's just spouting out conspiracies and shit like that. It's not the same rhetoric at all. Sorry.
That could be because of two reasons. One, the nigga getting old as shit.
Yeah, his
and
mental
I
health
just
is
think the nigga
deteriorating.
losing his mind.
Yeah.
And two, maybe the government just fucking probed him or something. You know what I mean? Just made him like I'm gonna be honest, bro. It'd be conspiracies that presidents just be puppets, and the government could have probed him, and then he just became a fucking puppet. They came and put together a
Big
full
ass
idea,
hand up
and
their
he's
ass.
not getting told what to say. You know what I mean? And the best way to control, like, this is a great quote, and I didn't make this shit up, but some good poet said the best way to control a man is through his asshole.
He tried a lot of things, I guess.
I tried everything else, and I gotta say the best way is through the asshole.
I mean, bro, the
it's
best
just
way
the
to
best
control
way.
me is through the asshole, and I'm not even capping. Because you say anything about my asshole, bro, fuck it, dude. I'm doing whatever you tell me to do, bro. Not my asshole.